In steps Brian Carruthers with one on and one away after the Dusty Vela fly out to the center fielder. Shelley remains put on first. Right on right the matchup from the stretch. Vicente after checking first. Shelley goes to second. The pitch is outside, and Shelley is in safely after the throw was off target from Ty Denton. So now a runner in scoring position. Burlington capitalized on those opportunities in the first inning. Sacrifice fly from Zach Jackson and an RBI single from Dom Krapinski. That's how Burlington got its first 2 runs. The 1-0 with one away is fouled straight back into the screen. Carruthers did not have the day that he wanted last Friday back in Danville. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts coming back from an injury. Trying to bounce back here today. First trip to the dish for the first baseman, primarily a catcher, but playing first after the injury. The 1-1 is tapped foul. One ball, one strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes rather. And Shelley off the bag at second. Right on right the matchup. The 1-2 offering misses down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carruthers hitting just 1 for 10 so far this summer. 1 run driven in. Chance to make it 2 here with Wade Shelley over on second. Vicente comes set from the letters, deals home, and Carruthers stays alive with a foul straight back into the screen. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Bottom of the second, and time is called. That's actually a balk. Nate Grant, our base umpire, giving Ronan Vicente the infraction. So Shelley moves up to third, and with 1 away, Carruthers can bring in another run with just a sacrifice. Infield now drawn in. Ty Denton behind the plate making the calls. Here's the 2-2. Carruthers hits it on the ground right side. Chopper foul. Barehanded by third base coach Rob Selda, and the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Burlington with a 2-0 lead, bottom of the second. Shelley on third, he was hit by a pitch. Carruthers at the dish, facing a 2-2 count. The pitch is lifted high in the air right side. Foul territory, the catcher Denton gives chase and runs out of real estate. It lands in the Axeman dugout. So count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Enough speed to score if Carruthers can put this one into the outfield for Shelley. Here's the 2-2. This is outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That was a tough take, but the right call from Carruthers, and the count runs full to the first baseman from St. Bonaventure. Payoff pitch, first and second base open. Here's the 3-2, and it hits Carruthers. So a non-competitive pitch there puts runners on the corners with just 1 away. Bottom of the second, Sock Puppets with a 2-0 lead. Game 1 of this 2-game set between Kingsport and Burlington. And we're going to have our first mound visit of the day. This one coming from John Chalupa. And he's moving with some pace out there to the mound. One arm starting to stretch for the Axemen. It's Jackson Downing, the freshman from Kansas City. And And he is just starting to, hasn't even began to throw. So there's runners on the corners due to a couple of hit by pitches. It brings up the number 9 hitting catcher, Sam Lau. Chance for Lau to open this ball game up. We're back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Axman coming off a 3-game sweep over the River Riders. We're back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Axman coming off a 3-game sweep over Burlington after picking up victories in the first 2 games. Now to visit breaks, it's go time. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Bottom of the second, Burlington with a 2-0 lead. From the letters, first pitch is cut on and missed. Ty Denton firing a pump fake down to first base. Carruthers was pretty far off the base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider called, strike at the knees. That one was in on Lau and continued to tail into the zone. Count now 0-2. Chance Jennings, the leadoff man, is on deck. He's 1 for 1 with a double. Right now the 0-2 to Lau. It's on the way, and it's hit in the air right side. Gloved by McFarland, and he let it bounce. So that's a double play ball. That was smoked right to him, but he let it take that one hop. So Sam Lau grounds into a double play. A break for the Axemen. We're through 2. Burlington leads it 2-0. Back to work for Ryan Hench here in the top of the third. Sock Puppets with a 2-0 lead. Hench set to deal to the 8-9 one-hitters. It's lefty, righty, lefty, starting with the right fielder, Landis Davila. The freshman from Mississippi State, originally from Knoxville, Tennessee, right there in Vol Country, but he stays in the SEC but heads down to Starkville for his freshman season. Ryan Hench, who's been very solid through his first 2 innings of work, gave up a walk back in the second, but followed it up immediately after with a double play ball to the shortstop, Poeto. Right on left the matchup. First pitch. This is high, ball 1. Davila hitting 190 so far this summer. He's a threat on the base paths once you get there. Stellar plate discipline. He's drawn 12 walks already this summer. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hit on the ground right side through the hole for a base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Axemen. That is the second time they've done that tonight. After the leadoff walk in the second inning. This time it's a base knock to start the Axemen threat here on the top of the third. Sock Puppets still with that 2-0 advantage. It's the number 9 hitting second baseman, Phoenix McFarland. Steps in the right side. Open stance towards the back of the batter. Puppets still with that 2-0 advantage. It's the number 9 hitting second baseman, Phoenix McFarland. Steps in the right side. Open stance towards the back of the batter's box. Out of the stretch, Hench. First pitch is foul. Holmes could move to on him. Trainer Alexis Brogdon. But Lau is still on all fours back there behind home plate. So there's a runner on first, nobody out. It was the single from Landis Davila. Game 1 of this 2-game set. Back in action here tomorrow night. Ty Bradel on the mound for Burlington, getting his first start of 2025. 2-game set. Back in action here tomorrow night. Ty Bradel on the mound for Burlington, getting his first start of 2025. Sam Lau still down behind home plate. We're going to take a break. Burlington with a 2-0 lead. We'll get you an update on Sam Lau's status on the other side. We're back, and Sam Lau remains behind the dish. It's still the number 9 hitting Phoenix McFarland with an 0-1 count with 1 on and nobody out. Nobody out. Landis Davila still at first. He takes a couple paces off the bag. The 0-1 from Hench. He nods and deals. Called strike at the belt. McFarland behind 0-2. He's 1 for 14 so far this season. A run batted in. 8 walks, though. That's certainly been the highlight of his summer. The 0-2, runner on the move, and it's foul tipped to the back. 4 for 6 this season in stolen base attempts. So certainly a threat on first base. Hench did pick off Derek Pitts in the top of the first inning, who singled. We'll see if he takes a check on first. Here's the 0-2 with no outs. He goes home. Breaking ball just misses downstairs. Good location. We'll see if he takes a check on first. Here's the 0-2 with. He goes home. Good location. Puppets lead it 2-0, top of the third. Burlington tacked on both of its runs in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-2 after a check on first, and it was close, but Davila is in safely. The leadoff man, Alex Kelsey's on deck. Still a 1-2 count. Right on right, Hench from the belt. This is outside with a fastball. That Fastball sitting mid to upper 80s. But it's not the velocity that gets hitters. It's the absolute lack of fierce, or rather a plethora of fierce from Hench. Here's the 2-2. Foul tipped into the mid, strike 3. So there's now 1 away, and Phoenix McFarland is down on a swinging strikeout for the first time tonight. Heavy winds picking up here in Burlington, blowing out to dead center field. Back to the top of the order, it's Alex Kelsey. Right on left the matchup. Hench, the righty, set at the belt. Brings it to the letters. Lays down a bunt. It's rolling foul, but it stays fair. Lau goes to first. It's in time. So Kelsey. But there's now 2 away, and it turns to Derek Pitts, who's 1 for 1 with a single. An interesting maneuver by manager Rick Adair, but having plenty of trust in Derek Pitts to drive in Landis Davila, who's on second. First pitch to the righty swinging center fielder. Hench takes a look at second, now goes plateward and misses beneath that bottom rail, ball 1. Cam Durnan is on deck. He leads the Appy League in RBIs, but with 2 away, we might not see him in this frame. Here's the 1-0 with a runner on second and 2 away. The pitch, called strike. Fastball on that outside edge. A ball and a strike here to Pitts, hitting .412 with a .545 on-base percentage. He has been fantastic, the Cincinnati Bearcat. The 1-1. And it hits Derek Pitts. So Ronan Vicente, the starter for Kingsport, has hit a couple of Burlington batters. And now it's Ryan Hench, the one that commits the infraction. And now it is Cam Durnan, who has 10 RBIs. He had a double in the first inning, so Hench trying to reverse course this time around. 2 on, 2 away. Top of the third, Burlington leads it 2-0 over the Axemen. And a pitch clock violation, so Hench has to face ball 1. And Durnan has a 1-0 count before seeing the pitch from Hench. Durnan hitting .357. It's Davila on second and Pitts on first. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, fastball misses up at the letters. And the count's 2-0. That was the first pitch of the at-bat. Burlington 7-3, Kingsport 6-3. Both teams own a first place position in their respective divisions. Sock Puppets in the East, Axemen in the West. Top 2 from each side make the postseason. Here's the 2-0. Fastball just misses outside. Count runs 3-0. Hitter's advantage to Durnan. Cleanup man Tyler Myatt is on deck. Right on right, Hench from the belt. Delivers a changeup, and it's a called strike. Right at the knees, and the count's 3-1. Windy night here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Now moving right to left as we see it. Here's the 3-1. Fastball misses inside at the belt. And a 5-pitch walk loads the bases for the Axemen. Davila over to third, Pitts to second, and Durnan to first. Plenty of pitchers available for Burlington today, but nobody starting to throw for the Sock Puppets. First pitch here to the cleanup man, Tyler Myatt, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher. Bases loaded, 2 away. Top of the third. Burlington trying to hold on to that 2-0 lead. Hench trying to escape. There's 2 outs. Back to the windup for the righty from North Carolina. First pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. 1-0 the count. Davila on third. Pitts on second. And Durnan on first. The 1-0. Cut on and missed. A much-needed strike from Ryan Hench. Levels the count at 1-1. Defense playing him straight up. Right on left the matchup here to the DH. 9 walks, no strikeouts, and the 1-1 is cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 away, bases loaded, 2-0 Burlington leads. Trying to keep a goose egg there on that Kingsport total. The 1-2 from Hench. This is inside, and it actually gets a piece of Myatt. So first run comes in, and that's the second victim of a pitch from Ryan Hench. Davila comes in to score. Hits to third, Durnan to second. All 3 of the base runners are aboard, and none reached via a hit. Out comes Dave Schmidt for Burlington, so we'll take a quick break after this mound visit from the Sock Puppets.